List operations. This is our next topic. Previous topics we have covered in previous classes. So list operation, in the list we perform various operations like as string. Just like in string we join the list. For joining we have two operators. One is plus and second is multiply. Plus operator is used for concatenation, whereas multiply operator is for replication. Replication means number of how many number of times you want to produce same list. So this time I want to use plus operator. So look this, the concatenation operator that
सर आपकी
is,
सर आपकी
we have concatenation operator that is called plus operator. It is used to join two different lists. Look this, if we have list 1, 1, 3, 5 and another list, list 2 having elements like 6, 7, 8, and we want to concatenate means merge these two lists, list 1 plus list 2 we have to write, and it will merge all the elements like 1, 3, 5 and then 6, 7, 8. Next, another example, if you have three lists like list 1, list 2 and list 3, you want to merge, so simply you have to write list 1 plus list 2 plus list 3 like this. List 1, list 2 and list 3, and then finally you have to print only list. So see this, 12, 10, 12, 14, these elements from list 1, 20, 22, 24 are elements from list 2, then 30, 32, 34 are the elements of list 3. So these all the elements are joined or merged together with the help of this plus operator. So here plus operator is used to concatenate three individual lists to get a new combined list. Then if you have first element as a list and another one is a number, or you want to concatenate, then that time it will provide error. Suppose you have first element as a list and second one is a complex number and you want to concatenate, then again it will generate error. See this last one, again it will generate error. Why? Because in this case we need both the element of same type. Same type means if first one is a list, so another one we also need list. List plus list, then only it will concatenate. See the example. Look this, I am having list 1 is a list type 10, 12, 14, and we want to concatenate with 2, but 2 is in integer, in a number manner, numeric manner, so it will generate error. The type error can only concatenate list, not int. ये integer को concatenate नहीं करेगा, सिर्फ किसको concatenate करेगा, list को. Similarly, next example, list 1 plus abc, so means first one is a type of list but second element is a type of string. It cannot concatenate, it can concatenate only list elements, not string elements. Then repeating or replicating list. So for replicating we have multiply means asterisk operator. We have asterisk operator to replicate a list specified number of times like this. If we have first element as a list, list 1, its value is 135 multiply 3. That means we want to write this list 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 5, then 1, 3, 5, then 1, 3, 5 in this manner. So means it will replicate our list 3 times. Similarly, next is slicing the list. Slicing is called part of the list. I already explained this in the previous class. I think this topic I already explained in your previous class. Part of the list is called string list slice. Here you have to give starting position as well as ending position, but it will stop last value minus 1 index. Suppose that here we are having 3 colon minus 3. So it start from third index or finished at minus fourth index, minus 4. Look this, 10, 12, 14, 20. Look this, sequence equals to list 3 colon minus 3. That means it start from third index, 0, 1, 2, 3. Third index start from 20, and back in backward indexing minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, but it will stop in minus 4 क्योंकि minus 3 minus 1 that is minus 4. So it start stop in minus fourth index. Minus 4 index is for 24. So it display only 20, 22 and 24. So see this output 20, 22 and 24. Similarly, if you want to change item in any place in the list, you can change, because list is a type of mutable. So see this, sequence 1 equals to 28 means we want to write 28 at index number 1 in sequence. So see this, in previous sequence we have item 20, 22, 24, but in the new sequence item is 20, 28, 24. Why? Because 22 is replaced with this 28. We can modify list element because list is a type of mutable. Similarly, some other examples. I hope, I think these many topics I already explained in previous class. See this, working with list. So now that you have learned to access the individual element of list, let us talk about how you can perform various operations like appending, updating and deleting element in the list. So first is appending element to the list. Appending means add one more item in the list. So for that we have append function in the list. So first you have to write list object, like L is a list object dot append in bracket item. Item means which item, which number, which element you want to add in the list. See this, if we are having list 1 as a list equals to 10 comma 12 comma 14, 10 comma 12 comma 14, these are the, now so list 1 dot append in bracket 16 means in this list, in this list means in list 1 we want to append one more item that is called 16. So this item will add at the last position, means at the end of the list. So see this output 10, 12, 14 and 16. So 16 came at the last, means at the end of the list. See this, the element is specified as argument to append is added at the end of existing list. So means by the help of append we can append an element at the end of the list. Similarly, updating elements to list, so we can update means insert any element in any place, because list is a type of mutable. List is a type of mutable, so we can update list element. Look this, list 1 having element 10, 12, 14. Now see here 10, 12, 14 and 16. These are the elements of list 1. List 1, 2 equals to 24. That means we want to write this 24 at index position 2. Second index किसकी है? 0 index, first index, second index of this 14. So I want to write 24 here in place of 14. So when I write list 1, 2 equals to 24. Then this 24 goes to this second index, means replaced by this 14. तो यहाँ पर आएगा आंसर 10, 12, 24 and 16. Now 14 is replaced with this 24 because 14 is stored at second position. Look this statement updating an element, that is third element having index number 2 in the list. So display the list, see the updated list. So now the new updated list is 10, 12, 24 and 16. Similarly, deleting element from the list. If we want to write 24 before 10, how will we write? Again, then look this, deleting element from a list, del list index. So means del is a command to delete element from the list, like list having elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like till 20. Then we want to delete 10th place element. We want to delete 10th place element. 10th place means index position 10. 10 is not a number. ये वैल्यू नहीं है, ये क्या है, इंडेक्स है. Look this index. We want to delete index place. So at 10th position there is 11. यहाँ देखो 10th position में, because list always start from 0th index, like 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10. 10 is the index value of 11. So it will remove 11 from here. Now see the updated list after deleting the element. See the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and then 12. Then 12. Now 11 is removed from the list. Similarly, next, del list 10:15 means it will remove part of the string from index number 10 to 14. means ये जो 15 लिखा है इससे एक कम चलेंगे, तो it will remove from position 10 to 15. Now see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 पर क्या है, 12 है. 11 पे क्या है, 13, 12, 14, 13, फिर 14. So it will remove element 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. These 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means from index position 10, then 11, then 12, then 13 and last is 14. Because last index क्या दे रही है, 15 दिया, तो इससे एक कम, that means 14. So it will remove these many elements and display a list like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and then directly 17. Because 11 is removed here in this example, and after that 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16 is removed by this sequence. Means 5 elements like on index number 10 to 14. So 5 elements it will remove and this will display it like this. Is it clear? Is it? Or look this. If you write delete list name, del or list name, that means it will delete all the elements from the list and list object too. Look this, suppose I am having list like lst. This is the name of the list. So simply if I write del lst, so it will delete all the elements and the list object too. List object means lst also removed. ये पूरा पूरा गायब हो जाएगा. You can also pop method to remove a single element, not list slices. Means if you want to remove part of the list, means in a list slices manner, so you can use del command. Or if you want to delete only particular element from the list, you have to use pop method. So pop method is useful to remove single element. The pop method removes an individual item and returns it. Look this, like list dot pop in bracket index. You have to pass index, then according to index, it will remove element like this. List dot pop in bracket. There is no index number. Means in the parenthesis, there is no index number. That means this time it will remove last element. Last element, that is 20. Or if I am writing like this, list dot pop in bracket 10. So 10 is not a value, 10 is a index number, because in parameter we have to pass index value. Index means position. So at 10th position there is 11. So it will remove 11. It will remove 11, or in the list exclude this 11 and remaining element we will print when I type lst only. The pop method is useful only when you want to store the element being deleting for later use. Means जो element आपने delete कर दिया उसको बाद में कभी use करना है, for that time you have to use pop method. Like l dot pop, so it will remove last element and store in item 1 variable. Similarly, if you write l dot pop 0, that means it will remove first element of the list and store in item 2. Similarly, next L dot pop 5, it means it will remove element from fifth index, means 6 item, and store in variable item 3. Then list functions and methods. So many functions methods we have in list, same as string, like index method. Index method, you list dot index in bracket, you have to pass item, so it will provide index value of that item. Like l1 dot index 18, so index value of 18 is, sorry, according to this how many items are present. Look this, the function return index of first matched item from the list, it used as per the following format. Now list dot index item. Look this, L1 equals to 13, 18, 11, 16, 18, 14. Here, 2 times 18 is present, 18 and 18. But it will return the first index of first matched element. So 18 is matched here. So its index position is 1. So it will return 1 instead of this last one. So it returns the index of first value 18, even if there is another value 18 at index 4. देखो ये वाला index 4 में आ रहा है और ये वाला 18 फर्स्ट इंडेक्स में आ रहा है, लेकिन पहले ये मैच कर गया, तो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस इट विल डिस्प्ले 18. Then list dot index 33, but 33 is not present in this list, so it will give an error. 33 is not in list. Now append method I already explained to you. Append means it will add one element at the end of the list. Like I am having list colors equals to red, green, blue, and I want to append this yellow, so yellow will come at the last in this list. See this, yellow come at the last. Append does not return the new list. Look this, list equals to 1 2 3 and list dot append 12, so it will add this 12 at the end of this list. Similarly, extend method is also helpful to add list element, but in append we add only one element at a time, whereas in extend we can add list elements, means many element in the list. Like t1 equals to a b c and t2 having d and e. We want to extend this t1 list by adding t2 elements. इस t1 को मुझे extend करना है, इसमें t2 के elements लगाने हैं, तो t1 dot extend in bracket t2 and print t1, then you will get a b c d and e, all the elements. So through the extend you can add multiple elements. So extend method is also used for adding multiple elements to a list, to a list. but it is different from append. Why it is different from append? Because in append we can add only one element at a time, whereas in extend we can add multiple elements at the same time. Now difference between append and extend: while append function add one element to the list, extend can add multiple elements from a list supplied to the through as a argument. Look this, T1 equals to 135, T2 equals to 78. Now T1 dot append 10. So it will add one element at the end of this T1. So now new list is 1, 3, 5 and 10. Or suppose that we want to append two elements, 12 and 14. In append it will generate error because we cannot add multiple elements through append function. There is an error. Then if I want to add multiple elements in a list manner, then it can append. Why? Because this list as a single list means single item. When we talk about this index, इसकी index एक ही बनेगी. Look this, T1 dot append 12, 14. So it display elements like 1, 3, 5, 10 and then 12 and 14 in a nested list. It is a part of the list. उसके अंदर आ जाएगी. ठीक है? और how many elements are present? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 elements are present, but according to value there are 6 elements. 1, 3, 5, 10, 12, 14. These are the 6 values, but when I count the length of this list, it will display only 5 because this 12, 14 treated as 1. ये अपने आप में एक लिस्ट है, ये एक ट्रीट की जाएगी. Then T2 dot extend 10, it is not inserted because of T2 is in type of integer or is a single value. ये लिखा क्या है? देखो, the extend cannot add a single element. It requires a list as argument. उसको list चाहिए as argument. List में multiple elements. Now look this, T2 dot extend 12, 14. Now it adds element. Then T3 20, 40. Then extend it. The 21, 40 come at the end. At the end means through the append as well as extend, all the elements come at the end. In append we can add one element at a time, whereas in extend we can add multiple elements at the same time in a list manner. Now third one is insert method, means it is a part of appending list. means insertion ही चल रहा है अभी. insertion में हमारे तीन है, एक insert method, एक append method, एक extend method. Now insert method is also an insertion method of list. Now see this, insert method is also an insertion method for list like append and extend method. However, both append and extend insert element at the end of the list. Look this, in append as well as extend, both are the inserting method where elements are inserted at the end of the list. If you want to insert an element somewhere in between or any position of your choice, so both append and extend are no use. Of such time, you have to use insert method. Look this, list dot insert in bracket position comma item, means position means where you want to insert, means here you have to provide index value, comma item means which value you want to insert. So it will take two parameters, means position as well as item. Look this example, T1 equals to AEU, and at second place before this U I want to write I. So position is 2, 2 means second index, 2 means index position second, and I want to write I, so means 0, 1, 2 means before this U I will come and you will shift in another position, means at third index. Look this, 0, 1, 2. At second index, 2 I will come and u is shifted at the third index. Now look this, see element I is inserted at index number 2. Clear? List dot insert 0 comma x, that means this x will store at 0th index. List dot insert length a comma 5 x, that means length of a means last element. Total क्या होंगे? Suppose I am having 5 elements, so length of this a is 5, so 5 at 5th index x will store. Now if however index is less than 0 and not equals to any of the valid negative indexes of the list, means आउट ऑफ बाउंड जा रहा है, जो आपने नेगेटिव इंडेक्स दे रखी है वो किसी इंडेक्स से मैच नहीं कर रही है, तो क्या होगा? एलिमेंट इज एडेड इन द बिगनिंग ऑफ द लिस्ट. तो उस टाइम पे जो एलिमेंट होगा वो कहां पर आ जाएगा? बिगनिंग ऑफ द लिस्ट. लाइक सी दिस एग्जांपल, t1 इक्वल्स टू a e i u. t1 equals to a e i u. These are the elements, and I want to store this k at minus 9th index. But when we talk about backward indexing, so backward index of this u is -1. For I, this is -2. For e is -3. For this a is -4. -4. After that, there is no element present. अब element ही नहीं है -4 के बाद. So what we have to write at -9? तो ये कह रहा है, if the index is less than 0 or not equals to any valid negative indexes of the list, depending on the size of list, the object is prepended. Prepended means element is added in the beginning of the list. Now this k will add at the first of this list. देखो beginning में आ गया k and then a e I u, like this. Is it clear?